The church one is something that I see is failing right now at this. I saw a study, I think it was 2019 Barna study. 56% of male pastors and 64% of youth pastors admit to having a problem with pornography. Now, the challenging part is only 7% of churches actually have some dedicated program, course, or work for men to tackle the issue. And I think it's because of the struggle that the leaders are having. You know, how can they, in integrity, go out there and try to build something in their church if they know they're secretly struggling with it behind closed doors? So why I wanted to remove the taboo, like adjective from this conversation is we just have to begin to have this open more regularly, right? Like, and it's got to be more accepted. Like we're early stages of what Gary Wilson coined as a great porn experiment. The internet in the form that we have it here today, the infinite amount of supply that's available to pornography on every child's phone and device. We're really seeing the first generation becoming adults today that has had this with them their entire life. So I think we have to start addressing this more openly. I've voiced that often. I've tried to get involved with church organizations. I don't know if it's my messaging, my demeanor. I've had difficulties in getting that into the church, but I think it needs to be addressed and tackled here pretty quickly because it's not going to, of course, correct and fix itself. It's interesting you said at the beginning, if you're listening to this, remove the kids out of the room, which I probably would agree, maybe not the best thing to have them hear this from me or through this conversation, but I had Chris McKenna on my podcast about a year ago. Chris runs an organization called Protect Young Eyes. Their mission and purpose is to go out into the world through churches, through schools, through organizations, and educate parents and adults on the dangers of technologies. Now that's tablets, that's screens, that's devices, that's apps. It's all the things that when you give your kid the phone, you have to understand you're giving them access to everything in the world. Whether or not you're the best at putting parental devices or parental controls on there, there will find ways for these things to sneak through. So he said something on my podcast that like really shook me. He's like, if you have young kids in the home, pornography should in fact be the most popular word. They should know what it is. They should know who do they run to when they see it. They should know who do they not run to when they see it. And they should be able to identify it just as you were able to really articulate what it means to you. So I think getting on the front end for parents, I know that wasn't a question that you asked me, but I think it's all kind of coinciding with, we have to remove the taboo from this and just be like, hey, this is here. It's one of the biggest problems in the world men are facing. 50% of divorces say that this is a problem in their lives. So let's stop pretending like it's not an issue and let's bring it to the surface because it's only going to change when we have everybody willing to accept it, hear it, and begin to take action and change.